I got news for you. This show is gonna be a bit of a piece of shit.
It's Valentine's Day weekend, and as per the norm, there is a wide spread of new films releasing that you can go and see if your significant other. It happens every year, like last year of The Duality of Man with Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy releasing the same day as something like Captain America Brave New World. And this year's no different. There is a lot of interesting stuff coming out in a year that, in my opinion, has been kind of a slow build up. It's always like this of the Oscars, but this year just feels a little bit slower than normal. So I've decided to talk about something that everyone seems to be talking about right now. It stars two people that are iconic in their countries. In some ways it's a love story. It's been adapted several times during its run, and honestly it kind of holds its place as an iconic piece of media in history that people have grown to love and cherish, and honestly it's got a diehard fan base. And if you didn't guess what I'm talking about from all of the unrelated pictures on the screen right now, it's obviously Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. Now truth be told, I haven't seen the film yet. It's not out in the UK yet. I'm going to see it at Glasgow Film Festival in a couple weeks. And if you're on Twitter like myself, you might think that you're the last person in the world to see it with all of the advanced screenings that have been happening, all of the festival runs. They did a North America tour. Like, it feels like everyone that really wants to see this film has already seen it, which gave me a great idea of explaining why this film is so anticipated by many, why it is one that definitely should be on your radar, and why you should 100% check it out. So I guess the main thing to really say to you is, you should probably watch Nirvana, the band, the show. Nirvana the band is an idea that came from longtime collaborators, best friends, and actors Matt Johnson and Jay McCarroll. To call them just actors feels like I'm doing an injustice to them, because if you go on to any bit of research to do with them, you will learn that they have a wide spread of credits underneath their belt, with Matt doing stuff like directing the hit 2023 biopic Blackberry, and Jay scoring a lot of the films that they have also collaborated with together. Now, the whole premise of the show follows Matt and Jay playing fictionalized versions of themselves in a band that goes by the name of Nirvana the band. Their ultimate goal in life is to play a show at the Rivoli, which will lead to them becoming stars across the globe and newfound success for their band. The only issue being that they don't really have any skills. Although Jay is pretty good at the piano, they have no real songs written, they have nothing behind their belts, and quite frankly they think that just playing at the Rivoli will result in them becoming worldwide musicians.
Excuse me? Here. This is a picture of our band.
Okay.
Thank you. What the hell?
The show originally began as a web show which was independently produced by the two and premiered online from the years between 2007 and 2009. The web show is incredibly funny, and it feels like the blueprint for what the eventual show went on to be. There's obviously a few little amateur ideas going on here with the way that they filmed all this stuff, but I think that's what's so important to the web show, is the fact that it shows that they were just two kids that had an idea and they followed through with it, and I mean, look where it led them. It clearly benefited in some degree. Eventually, as time went on, the show got picked up by Viceland and premiered on February 2nd of 2017. And it went on to be a huge success. It ran for 2 seasons. There's a 3rd season out there somewhere, which will probably come out one day, maybe after the film is a success, or depending on how it does. Editing Cami here. In this part of the video, I said the reason that the show stopped and the reason season 3 never released was because that Viceland went bankrupt. That's not actually true. The real reason is because Viceland shut down their Canadian branch, which was the part that the show premiered on. So it's kind of up in the air on who owns the rights, I think. I don't really know. It's pretty closed wraps. Season 3 is going to come out eventually. Like Matt Johnson has said this, so, you know, huge fuck up on my part, but that's the truth. Each episode kind of revolves around the two trying to get a show at the Rivoli. They're not always successful. Actually, no, they're never really successful. Most of the inconveniences that come in the plot come from one of them mishearing something.
It's my friend's birthday, and I'm trying to book a show for us to play here tonight.
Okay, your band?
What?
Your band?
We're band?
Alongside this, each episode is kind of a parody of a film to some degree. All of the intros for each individual episode are some kind of spoof of another show or movie that exists, with the likes of The Walking Dead, Daredevil, My Dinner with Andre. There is just a widespread of different ideas that come from stuff, borrowed if you will, and they try and put their own spin on it, and typically 100 out of 100 times they work perfectly. It feels so unique and refreshing despite the fact that you as an audience member are able to sit there and interpret that this is just a parody of something else that you've seen at some point in your life. With the show being produced for Viceland, it's no secret that the show didn't really have that big of a budget behind it, but they still find their way to make these things work throughout each individual episode. There's one in particular where a magic book is discovered where one of the characters is shrunk down to be a small size, and honestly, despite the fact that you can tell that there's a handful of visual effects that have been used for this, and a lot of camera tricks too, it works out perfectly, and you as an audience member are never taken out of the environment of what the show is trying to do. If anything, it just makes it funnier, seeing the absolutely outlandish ideas that the show tries to tackle, and most times it executes in such a refreshing, unique, and hilarious way.
Oh yeah, no Halloween for you. So of course he's mad.
I'm out of the house 2 minutes, and he's gone. Huh. Okay. Time to get back to it.
There's something about the show that I haven't really mentioned at all, and it's one of the big reasons why I have so much fun watching it. And it's one thing I haven't really told you, which is the only two real actors in this show are Jay and Matt. There's a lot of this that is shot with the public, a lot of people that clearly have no idea that they are in a TV show or that these two are actors playing up for the camera. And as much as I personally am not always a fan of these sort of like public prank stuff, especially the stuff that used to be plaguing YouTube back in the day with the fake pranks and stuff like that, this stuff comes across more as that they're playing with the public and less making fun of them for being idiots or playing like harmful pranks. Each episode revolves around them being out in the streets, and most of the time they're going to have conversations with random people.
What do you think?
I think you guys are real characters.
You got it. We're not in Nirvana the band. We work for Nirvana. We work for Nirvana the band, and we're a part of the Nirvana the band street team. We're puppeteers. Nobody knows it's us.
It never feels like they're pointing at the public and trying to pull these extreme pranks on them and trying to mess with them heavily. It feels like they're just part of the show, and once you interact with one of these two characters, you're immediately part of the cast. You are as integral to the story as Jay and Matt are. From a filmmaking perspective, it's also insanely interesting with some of these parts that you don't entirely know how much is staged and how much isn't. There's an episode where they're on the tracks of the Toronto subway. I don't know how they got permission to be down there. And then you kind of sit there and realize they probably didn't.
Nobody's looking.
Let's stop, catch our breath.
Come on!
What the f are you doing?
Okay, are you coming or no? Sorry, don't tell anybody.
Okay.
Come on, Jared, come on!
Okay, don't get electrocuted. Just be careful of the third rail.
Go, run!
It's stuff like that that makes it so interesting to see just how far they'll go for the comedy and how well it's executed. I don't want to give away too much, but I feel like it's important to mention some things that are just so insanely crazy to see, especially on a TV show.
Hey, what the f?
Just watch. Smoke that.
Makes you happy?
In one of the episodes, Matt and Jay need to get into the underground system of Toronto so that they can get underneath the Rivoli so they can get inside of it. What happened was that some of the team, before the episode started shooting, went to the Royal Ontario Museum in Toronto and put a fake exhibit inside, including this map that they had purposely made. The two go in, have a look at it, and some random member of the public walks over and is like,
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not taking it.
What happens is he breaks it with his phone and they run out. In reality, they actually did get chased out by security guards. At one point, Matt Johnson is handled by someone, and this is all real.
Hi, what's up?
Don't move. Oh, we gotta go! Oh, shit.
At one point while they're running off, they cut. That's when they went back, apologised to the security, explained what they were doing, and then cut back in with fake security guards chasing them all the way into the subway system. And this is what I mean by how you can't really tell what's real and what's not. The only reason I know this is because it's one of the few times that Matt Johnson's actually revealed some secrets towards how they did some of this stuff in the show. And keep in mind, I've only told you about one of the episodes really. As much as we got an explanation for that one specific bit, many of these episodes will leave you sitting there guessing how the fuck are they pulling this off and how the fuck is any of this legal. I'm expecting much more of this from the film. Apparently at some point they were outside of Drake's mansion when it got shot up allegedly, and they were able to record stuff for the film there. That's just about all I know about the movie, and I honestly recommend going into it blind, because that's exactly what I'm going to do, because I think it's better going into a lot of this without getting any of it spoiled. So that's really everything to do with Nirvana the band, the show. It's refreshing, it's unique. I hope they do it again and again and again. Maybe this third season can be this cool, unique thing where they completely refresh it and reinvent it for the public. Who knows? I'll watch anything that Matt and Jay do, because they are special voices in the industry that are doing something that no one else in the fucking world is doing. Unfortunately, with Viceland being shut down, the show is partially unavailable anywhere for you to find. It's not on any streaming services. You can't rent it. But all I will say is, if you really want to watch it, it is not all that hard to find. A simple Google search will probably get you there in about a minute or two. So check out Nirvana the band, the show. The film is probably out today in America, so if you're around about the area where it's playing, you should definitely check it out. I imagine it's going to get a wide release soon from Neon, so I don't know if this sounds interesting to you, just look all out there, because it will probably turn up eventually. I also heard that Jay and Matt typically do interviews, so if the chances that they find this happens, come on the fucking show, man. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you've seen any of Nirvana the band, the show, if you agree, if you disagree, and I will see you in the next one.
Everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. Everybody needs a bosom. There's no gays. Everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. Everybody needs a bosom.